praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem HaKadosh. He is. Yahushai is the name of his son. It means he is who saves. Ruach HaKadosh is the name of the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. The 12 tribes. Found. There's Judah, the Negroes, Afro-Americans, Benjamin, the Guyana and West Indies, Levi of Haiti, Gad, North American India, Reuben, Seminole Indians, Issachar of Mexico, the book has been unsealed. Like, really, for me, I spent a lot of time as a Roman Catholic, then I spent some time as a born-again Christian. Make any kind of coherent sense, but now they do. The scriptures, they all kind of fit in, and that's down from this position that we, and what's most interesting is that nothing's really changed. You know, there are the wicked, there are people that can't be named, and that can only be named in terms of able to come up in society. There are people that everybody looks down and hisses and claps their hand, as the Bible would say. Upwards of 2,000 years, and the good news is that it's not forever. That is the good news. And actually, when you look at the name of saves, there is a person who's coming to save you, and then there's the Ruach HaKadosh, the names of the three, which is of the gospel, which is that they ain't it ain't gonna be like this forever. There is a God who's judging and looking at everything, and there is a my talks with the breakdown of the Hebrew names Yahweh, Yahushai, and HaKadosh. My sword, just was doing that yesterday, the sword of the Spirit, the armor of God, Ephesians 6 and 11. Behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And is the mount of judging. It's the son of Asher, King Judah. Quite correct. Anyway, is the valley of judgment, as I understand it. And will plead with them there. And that means to judge for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and have parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot. So that is to say, okay, if you go up to a whore and you say, all right, I want to spend some time with you, and she says, oh well, give me some money. I was, okay, take this boy, take this Israelite boy. That's how they traded us, like we were chips, and a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre? And Tyre is, as we looked in yesterday, Tyre is the land of the Edomites back then. So he's talking about the Edomites. But remember, in those times, they were oppressed by the Romans. They were oppressed by Herod. There were the Edomite Hebrews who were out and about as well. So they couldn't just name out the names. And all the coasts of Palestine, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, hold on, oh, this is Joel, so maybe it wasn't at the time of the Romans. If you render me a recompense, and if you recompense me swiftly and speedily.
Incoming voice call from Patrick Nadia.
Get that later.
Incoming voice call from Patrick Nadia.
One sec. Yes, carry on. Where was I? Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. So that's the Israelites being taken away, and that's them being all of their that's the sacking of the temples and the captivity of the Israelites on a number of times. Because ye have taken away 6th chapter, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold unto the Grecians, that ye may remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. You see, if you think about it, they've if you look into the doctrine of the letter of Willie Lynch, or if you look into the Tuskegee experiment, or if you look into some of the vaccinations that have happened in Africa, or if you look into the destruction of Black Wall Street, you'll see that they've been trying to destroy the Israelites forever, and the Israelites are known of the olive tree. Now, the olive tree is a special tree because it's known because it can withstand the fire, due to its constitution, the way it's made up. So we Israelites, they've been trying to destroy us, and at the moment they can't, and they're at the point where they come to the end of their rule. The devil will be in charge, will give them rule for a short time. Will come back into power for a short time, and they're at the end of their rule, and they haven't been able to destroy us, and at this point we're being raised up and they're going to get taken down. And I will sell your sons and daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is where we are today. They're talking about putting in a draft in the UK. They're gonna draft up people, man. They're gonna take them. They're preparing war. They're preparing the sword. And now all this talk about our immigration, they planned this from a time, because they've been immigrating, open borders. People have been coming in. People here complaining, but them they wanted to get their numbers up, because they know that they're gonna be sending a whole heap of men to die in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Proclaim ye this among the 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. We got Hamas, of course, in Israel, one of the best funded armies, military organizations in the world. Hamas, which are they call them a sort of headscarf and sandals military. Hamas are taking on Israel and beating them up. We got Russia, who was formerly not seen as a greater superpower as as NATO say. You got NATO quaking in their boots now, taking on Ukraine. We've got China threatening Taiwan. We've got the Houthi rebels bombing the shit out of, taking on America as well. Assemble yourself. Come, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. O Lord, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I sit to judge all the heathen round about. What's the judgment? Well, the judgment is for what you did. You took the apple of the Lord's eye. You took the children of Israel. You took the Israelites, and you traded them for chips. And you continually, what is it? These perpetual Edom's hatred tore perpetually. Roughly paraphrasing. Let the heathen be awakened, come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, there I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. And what do you use the sickle to cut? Well, usually you use a sickle to cut the vines, You cut the grapes, because Yahweh's coming to make some wine. You're going to put people in the wine press and stain his garments. Yahweh pissed, man. And Yahweh pissed too. And he's been waiting. Yahweh been waiting, man. Like when you're a kid and you're waiting for Christmas. Don't celebrate that nonsense anymore. But I remember like the anticipation. Yahweh I've been wanting to get these devils, man. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get ye down, for the press is full, the fat overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes. So like one of the brothers was saying, I think it was South Carolina, the elder in South Carolina, he was saying, what's he saying now? He's saying, when these people come against me, you can't do anything for the truth, against the truth, but for the truth. And when these people are coming against me, they're manure chips. He's using them as fertilizer to grow, to grow the house of Israel, to grow the gospel. And it's the same thing with Yahweh Shai, it's all this wickedness, man. It's a recipe. It's a recipe for slaughter, man. And the kitchen's got all the ingredients, and the pot is bubbling, man. And then the chef's putting his hat on. It's just time. It's the wickedness is it's the catalyst. It's the catalyst that's causing this thing to come together. And now the wickedness is ripe. The harvest is ripe. It's time to get these people, man. Spiritually, of course. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So what's interesting is that it's the heathen. The heathen is going to be the ones that are gathered up. There's going to be, as again it says, I think it's in Revelation, come out of her, my people. It's the people that are aligned, and the heathen, mostly the non-Israelites, but the 2/3 as well, because they're just going to follow the heathen. And they're the ones who are going to be, they might say to you, oh yeah, you're going to enlist or you can't get whatever benefit. You're going to enlist or you'll lose your house. You're going to enlist or we'll take this away from you. And it's the people, the heathens that are aligned, because to be honest, they ain't got nothing else. They ain't got no contract with Yahweh. They ain't got no promise. They got no inheritance. This is it. This shit is what they've got. They don't have anything to look forward to. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy. And Zion is a people before it's a place, you know. So when he says he's dwelling in Zion, I mean, this is where Yahweh Shai was talking about the church. He's talking about the church and saying he could rebuild it in 3 days, you know. But Zion is a people before it's a place. And there shall be no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth out of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be desolate. Shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children. So the violence that's coming is punishment for what they've done to Judah, for what Edom's done to Judah, because they've shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem. So there ain't gonna be no comebacks, right? They're gonna be no like, oh yeah, we're in the kingdom. Whoop, there goes, you know. Esau comes up with comes out of his mud hut and throws a stick and no, that ain't gonna happen, man. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed for the Lord. For the Lord dwelleth in Zion. I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. You know, and we understand that Zion is the home of the Israelites. Well, we're scattered all over it, but the Lord dwells among us. So with that, I want to say Shalom, Dawadah, and see you again. Shalom.